Hello, blossoming souls. Welcome to the Blossom and Rise podcast. It's your host, Amber Choice-Sella, and I'm back with another episode. I talked a little bit about the chaotic nature of the world today, but even more so, we're going to be talking about, finding peace and joy amidst chaos and learning about the flow of how to, get through the chaos of what's currently happening in not just the United States, Canada, Europe, all over the world. It's not quite unique to the United States, but just talking about the United States, everything that we know of our country, United States of America, is coming to an end. I just feel like the country is going to end within these next 4 years. We're going to see some massive changes. We're already seeing it. It's giving very much white supremacy and Christian nationalism, and I've said that in other episodes, but it's true. And what do we do with that? What do we do with that, right? Where's the opportunities for us? There's no DEI anymore, and that's everywhere, not just shopping, employment, school, all of that affects everyone. And it's just so wild that people could really vote for this individual strong-handedly as if that was the best thing in the world, because they weren't thinking of other people. They weren't thinking, and let's just talk about, get out of the politics. Who cares about the Republican Party, the Democratic Party, conservatives versus liberals? It's not really about that at the end of the day. We are human beings, okay? A race of beings. I remember one time I was giving a police report for work, and the officer asked me what race I was, and I said, I'm a human being. What kind of question is that? That's true. It's true. We are one race. You cut us open inside and we all bleed the same. Our organs look the same. The outside is meant for us to learn from one another, right? And if we talk about the polarities of the universe, I understand God consciousness to be all that there is, all that there ever was, all that there will ever be, which means the good and the bad and the ugly, and the sweetness and the beauty and the ugly. I said the ugly 3 times already, right? Ugly, ugly, ugly. God is all of that, right? And so in order for us to exist, we have to face adversities, right? But adversities are opportunities for growth, for change, right? And who's to say what this change is going to end up being? But we can't control that. What we can control is ourselves. All right. Staying grounded within the midst of the chaos. Right. Just the other day, I think it was last weekend, whenever I got my nails done, because my nails are looking pretty hot. These are those that are not looking at the podcast. I have encapsulated flowers embedded in my nails, and that's hot. But what happened was that day, I kept feeling the ground vibrate underneath my right foot. And it was only my right foot. And I don't quite know why, other than I'm just getting more connected with Mother Gaia, Mother Earth, right? Feeling the vibrational tones in which we thrive from unconsciously, but consciously can happen too. And so I'm like, okay, instead of focusing on what's bad that's happening in the world, I want to focus on something that is uplifting, something that nourishes my soul, my spirit, right? Grounding, coming into one, choosing to step into my power, okay? Choosing to put myself as a medium and doing group readings, doing public showings, demonstrations, putting myself out there. That's what I can control. Can't control the government. I can't control the lack of government. I can't control people that only care about their own interests and could care less about everyone else. Can't control that, right? That's just not in my DNA. I'm not built that way. I am concerned about the human species right now as a whole. I'm not trying to fear mongering. I'm not trying to do any of that. Just try to state things for what they are. Right? And in Love Supreme, if I could play the song Pursuance, it's a reflection, okay, on life's unpredictable nature. Life is full of unpredictory. I'm not sure if that's a word, but I made it up. Life is full of that. Life is but an experience of growth and lessons. Earth is hell. If there was a place ever in hell, Earth would be that. Um, there's just so much going on here. So much. There's beautiful things that happen here and really hideous things that happen here. Really scary things that happen here. But how can we be the best that we can be? How can we show up in our soul's purpose? Okay, for those that are cognizant of that. For those that are not cognizant of that, it's all about going within and listening to the spirit, your spirit, or spirit. Okay, learning to intervene? Not intervene, that's not the word. Learning how to ask for help and know that you'll receive it. Okay, asking for guidance and know that you will receive it. Trusting in that, building in that. So many times people are worried about the wrong types of relationships. They're worried about the abusive relationships that they're in, whether or not they're going to come back around, whether or not they're going to stop cheating, stop putting their hands on you, stop calling you out your name. That's the opportunity to grow for sure in that element, but you're focusing on the wrong relationship. Okay, I'm not demonizing here because that takes a lot of knowledge and growth for you to not be in that mindset anymore, to be able to heal from that. But the relationships that we should be worried about are the relationship that we have with ourselves first, and the relationship that we have with others, including spirit, right? And that takes time, wherever you are in your healing journey, on your evolutionary journey. Okay. What are you struggling with right now? Right? What do you have control over that struggle? Right? Is it work? Do you work with an insufferable manager or an insufferable coworker? What can you do to control that for yourself? Right? You could look for another job, look for another department. You could advocate for yourself. I know there's, in the work field, there's fear of retaliation, although that is illegal. Relationships. Are you in the best relationship? Are you in a healthy relationship? Are you in a relationship that is supportive? Right? Are you in a relationship that is loving? Right? Friendships. Are they supportive? Are they uplifting? Your relationship with your family members. It's just same questions, right? Are you living in your highest best? Are you in a place right now where you can say, yes, I blossom and rise. I'm in a space of blossoming and rising. Or I've done it in the past, so I know I can do it again, right? Choosing to grow instead of staying in the midst of chaos. We see it happening. Do we have to intervene? Right? Advocating, of course, standing up for what's right, not bypassing anything, not spiritual bypassing anything, being on the forefront of that. Okay? Knowing who you are, standing up in the light, knowing that you're not alone. Pursuance, right? Pursuing the light. Are we staying protected every day? Are we, and when I say protected, I mean energetically protected. I envision myself in a big bubble, 360, wrapped completely all around me. And on the inside, I see white and gold light. And on the outside, it's lined with pink light. So whatever hits me, it doesn't penetrate my bubble, but it goes back to them with love. Okay. That's really important. Energy work is very important. I use it with my therapy clients as well. Especially with those that are intuitive, that I've been able to pick up on. I utilize this exercise and it's effective. My clients tell me it's effective, So it's just all about what you can do for you, what your peace is, what it looks like in your pursuance of your own happiness, right? And in pursuance of a love supreme, your love supreme, not anyone else's, but your own. All right. Remember, there's nothing that we can do on the forefront of the government, but just come to realize that the country that we knew as Americans is not going to be that anymore. Realizing, accepting white supremacy is on the rise. Okay. They're trying to take back women's rights. Don't quote me. Look at the SAVE Act that the president has just tried to pass. Okay. About not allowing women to vote that are married. I believe they have to have a different name than their husbands. If they have their husband's name, they cannot vote. What is that? What is that? You know, it's just a lot of changes that's not great, but with change comes change. All right. And this is not just only a spiritual, psychological, energetic evolution that we're experiencing right now. So stay strapped up. Okay? Stay in the light. Know when you need a break. Take care of yourself mentally, physically, emotionally. Okay? Energetically, take care of yourself. All right? Do what you can to find the peace in your life. Create the boundaries that you need to create in your life. Choose you first. All right? Make sure that you're good first. Your cup is runneth over first. All right? So rough times, and we got to stick together. All right? Just got to stick together. And that concludes today's episode. I do ask that if you do like the episode, please comment. Let me know down below. Share the content. It does help the podcast grow. Okay? You could find me on Substack, YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, and Audible. All right. Any of those mediums, you can go ahead and check it out and leave a comment. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you for supporting me here thus far. I'm pretty sure I have 2 additional episodes of A Love Supreme before I end season 1 and start on season 2. I'm thinking of some concepts on what season 2 is going to look like and sound like. But again, just thank you so much for your support thus far. And I will see you next week for the next episode drop every Wednesday. Okay, preferably in the morning, but I have to wait and see how the podcast uploads. So Wednesdays though, okay? Preferably in the morning, but Wednesdays for sure. All right. And thanks again, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.